Right, buddy, in this video I want to talk about why Manchester United are going to sign Bryan Mbeumo. I think listen, we know hopefully that deal is going to go through soon. I'm going to look at 5 reasons why Manchester United have kind of brought Mbeumo into the team. We know he has been heavily linked to Manchester United, and we know that deal is very close to happening. The medical, we've closed in on the agreement. And yeah, it's looking like that deal is very, very close. Medical being sort of discussed. And this is why Bryan Mbeumo would thrive in Manchester United system. The number one, he's a modern inside forward. In Amorim's 3-4-3 system, the 2 wide forwards are expected to invert, press, create and score. And that's exactly why Mbeumo does at Brentford, but on the bigger stage his impact could skyrocket. Like, listen, if you look at the 10s we've been playing at United in the last seasons, it'd be Mount or Bruno or Ahmad, Garnacho. Like, these are the players who can drift inside and score goals. If you look how Amorim played at Sporting with, it was Trincao, I can't remember who the winger was, but I remember watching them and they would like to drift inside and they were very inverted. And that's something that Mbeumo can do. He's got a very good passing range, can score goals, create assists, and the modern day inside forward that we need. He can play in a variety of positions, which is absolutely huge as well. But listen, the impact he can have at Manchester United is absolutely insane, because you look at Prem experience, which I'm sure will be one of the points which we'll talk about in a moment. But the second thing, tactical intelligence. Under Thomas Frank, Mbeumo has learned to play both wide and centrally. Amorim's system relies on flexible attackers who can operate between the lines and create overloads. And Mbeumo excels at this. His decision making is something that's very, very good as well. I think he's a player who has some very, very good quality, and I think his ability is absolutely insane. As I said, tactical intelligence, he knows exactly what to do and what decisions to make. Now, the third thing, Premier League experience, and this is absolutely huge. In recent years, we've signed players, Sancho, Anthony, Højlund, Xerxes, these sorts of players who, they made it, some of them have done well at United, some of them have obviously struggled, and I think with Mbeumo, he's Premier League experience. He had 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 seasons, I think, at Brentford, and he scored a lot of goals. I mean, last season 20 goals, 7 assists. For listen, no disrespect to Brentford, they were top side, but for Brentford is absurd, really. Obviously they've had good players come in recent years, and Ivan Toney, obviously Ollie Watkins has been there, like, and the fact even with Ollie Watkins leaving, there was a lot of pressure on Mbeumo, and he has stepped up. And I think the Prem experience is key. He would add goals to our team as well, and he has got a very, very good end product. He has averaged 0.45 goals plus assists per 90. He has a consistent outlet, creates goals and assists in transition, and his speed on the ball is fantastic. And that's something that we're going to need. He adds that precision, that accuracy, that quality that we need in the final third, which we have been missing. You have someone like Garnacho, who's young and is relatively indecisive and not clinical really in front of goal, whereas you have Mbeumo, 25, experience, know what he's doing. So yeah, that's absolutely huge. The Prem experience. Another thing, defensive work rate. His pressing game is absolutely elite. He ranks among the top forwards in the Premier League for pressures and interceptions like Ahmad. Amorim's pressing trigger relies heavily on forwards, so that's wide forward anyway. So that's the 4th point. Listen, very, very good sort of player at knowing when to trigger the press, and I think that's something that's huge. I think he's a pressing machine, knows exactly when to go, knows exactly when to stay, and I think that's sort of the dynamic that we need at Manchester United. We need smart players in and out of possession, and I think that's something that you will get with Bryan Mbeumo, and I think that's something that is huge. His ability to, like, press is crazy. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, he fits the Ruben Amorim system. Obviously, Thomas Frank has now gone to Tottenham, but he was playing the 3-4-3 at Brentford at times. And whether that's even being in the right wing or in a number 10 position, he knows exactly what to do. And I think we're not signing someone, for example, who plays like right wing and then like is a familiar position to him. And I think that's something that does help Bryan Mbeumo at this stage in his career. As I said, he's 25 going on to 26, and I think being in a Premier League side that Manchester United is huge. We know he's given the priority. It is always huge as well in terms of another point when a player wants to join your club. I think that's always a positive, and that's obviously something Mbeumo does want to do. and I think that's something that is absolutely huge. I think the willingness to join Manchester United in the state that we are in, 15th place, no European football, the fact that we're able to attract these players is a very huge positive, and I'm excited for Brian and Mbeumo to join. But let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.